Welcome to Learning About LGD's on-site series. This series consists of short video interviews addressing common problems and questions on livestock guardian dogs. We are with Learning About LGD's founder, Anna Abney, at the grounds of the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. And our featured guest star today is Astrid, the Central Asian Shepherd dog. And our topic today is going to be gait training.
So gate training is actually quite important. A lot of farms will have large livestock gates so that you can drive through them. And anybody who has goats has probably already experienced the animals charging through the gate while you have it open for your trucks and your tractors. So it's really important to teach your animals and your dogs to stay back from the gate. It's also helpful for when you're going through gates, even if they are allowed to go through them, because you want to make sure you're not being bulldozed and trampled. And, these are big dogs. They're about the size of a small goat. And it's not real pleasant to get run over by a large dog. So I want to kind of show you how I expect my dogs to behave at gates, and then I'll talk a little bit about how I teach it. She's going to be slow because she's a guardian dog. I know. Everything at low speed. So the first thing you want to do is you want to teach the dog a basic sit or down. That way you can put them in a stay position away from the gate. So if they're on top of the gate like she is right now, I just kind of walk into her and tell her back up. Back up. Good girl. Astrid. And then I'll ask her to do a sit or a down. Lie down. Good girl. Which you can learn, the same as training any other dog. And then I'll go to open the gate. And if she stays, I'll keep on going to open the gate. If she were to get up, I would stop what I'm doing and I would put her back. Does that make sense? So, she's down, she's away from the gate. I have plenty of space. And I'm going to open the gate. And this one actually opens both directions, so I'm going to open it inward. Now this is a trained dog, so I can open either direction. But if you have a gate that will open inward, that will make it easier for you to prevent the dog or the goat from charging through. So you move it into them, and then you just come through. Now if this were me passing through a gate with my animal, then what I usually do is I go through first and then invite them to come with me. So it'll be the same process initially, get them to back off, put them in a stay. I know. And this time I'm just going to open it outward so you can see how good she is. Try to get it unlocked. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll be right there ready to stop them because they're not allowed to get up until I tell them to. So she started to get up a little bit. She saw me turn around. She put herself back in a sit. She's being good. So, Astrid, come on. Then I invite the dog through. Good girl. As far as how I teach this, let me put her back in first. Astrid. Astrid, come on. I know, come on. Good girl. Thank you. As far as how I teach this, now these kinds of dogs are not as easy to train as, say, like a herding dog. So the obedience part can be a little bit of a struggle. So what I basically do is I provide a consequence for failing to stay. Initially, the consequence is simply I don't let them through the gate. But of course, there's going to be times when I've got to go through and I've got this dog that's just in the habit of bulldozing me. So what I actually do is I'll purchase a piece of airline cable or a short chain with a clip, and I'll just put the chain right about here. And before I even go to open the gate, I chain the dog up. And if they stay and they're good and they don't try to go through the gate, then I will unhook them and let them come through. But if they are messing up and they're constantly getting up, that chain prevents them from getting to go through themselves, so they cannot bulldoze me. And if they're really being obnoxious, especially if we have dogs who run out and we're trying to drive through, I will actually leave them on that chain while I go run my errand or do my chore. So they learn that bothering me at the gate and being a pest means they get stuck there for a while, which they don't particularly enjoy. Obviously, you need to make sure the chain is long enough for them to lie down comfortably, but you want to make sure it's short enough that they can't try to jump over and get caught. So a couple of feet is usually good. But the point of that is to A, prevent them from being able to charge the gate, and B, if necessary, provide a pretty strong consequence for failing to comply with your orders. So, to sum up, what we do is we first ask our dogs to stay back from the gate, and we make sure they stay back from the gate, and then we either invite them through, or we put them through ahead of us, or we just go through and leave them, depending on what you're doing. And if necessary, you just add a little chain, especially for adolescent dogs who are kind of pushing the envelope a little bit. And the chain is there to make it impossible for them to mess up, and also to provide them with a consequence if they try to mess up.
All right, thank you so much.